Hey everybody, I am so excited about our sponsor for this month, the Experience Live with Russ and Scott. It's the Gillot Home Team and Laura Gillot. How are you doing, Laura?
I'm doing wonderful.
That is so awesome. You know, the Gillot Home Team is doing so much in real estate. Give us a snapshot of what you're up to.
Awesome. Well, last year we were able to help 551 families either buy or sell real estate. We love our community. We love our clients. Our mission is to deliver the keys to home ownership through stellar customer service, integrity, and joy. And we're looking to help even more folks this year.
That is so awesome. You know, if you want a team that is there for you, it's the Gillot Home Team and Laura Gillot. And thanks so much, Laura, for your sponsorship. Ta-da!
Hey, this is kind of a special morning.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I am here live from the Gillot Home Team office here in Lebanon, Oregon. And what wonderful people they are. Number one, to open up bright and early for me, but being our sponsors this month. Laura, you know, I was listening to a podcast on leadership as I came down today. And she is such an awesome leader because she leads from her heart. She leads by example, and she is all about her community. So we just want to say a huge shout out today. I'm here in the lobby and it's great.
I just think it's great. It's that they opened up, but you've got this great spot, and it's convenient because you're off to another event, a networking event right after this too.
That's right. I'm really involved down in this Lebanon community, so I get to go to another great chamber event after this today. So it's just a blessing. But we're really excited. I am out of my comfort zone because I'm doing this remotely, but it's all working great. So praise God for that.
Yes, the tech is working, and that makes it so much more enjoyable. And we've got great guests this morning.
Oh my goodness. Yes, we have two outstanding guests. We always bring you guests that will add value to your lives. And today, first of all, my good friend, Mr. Ray Davis, the ray of sunshine. He is awesome. And Marc Mawhinney, he is just incredible through his coaching. He coaches coaches, and he teaches great things. Man, he has taught me so much. So I appreciate him as well. But we're going to start. We're going to bring Ray in right off the bat.
Let's do it.
Hey, Ray.
What is going on, fellas? Good morning. How y'all doing?
Oh, we are awesome, Mr. Ray of Sunshine. You know, you always brighten my day, and you know that.
well, thank you. You guys have a very profound effect on me too.
We hope it's all for the good there, Ray.
Oh, Mr. D. Scott is nothing but good. It's lovely.
Yeah, life is good, is it not?
Yes, sir. Every single day.
So what's been going on in Ray's world, man? It's been a while.
Well, it has been a while. As a matter of fact, Ray's world is getting bigger, but at the same time getting smaller. The areas of where I'm focusing on are getting so much more pinpoint in trying to be accurate. I've been very busy, been running around a lot, doing a lot of home inspections, and just really trying to build my organization and just look into those places and make that transition from being in my business versus to being a business owner.
That's great. And we talk about working on your business and not in your business. And it sounds like you're really focused on that. And I know when we bring Marc in later as a coach, it's going to be important because if you were working with him, I'm sure that would be one of the first things he would tell you.
Well, let's bring him on. Let's bring him on, brother.
You know, one thing that I love about you, Ray, is that you are all about connecting with people, bringing joy and value to people's lives, and you're all about community. You know, when you and I met, I mean, we were like best friends right off the bat. I mean, that's the kind of impact that you have on people's lives. And I think in your business, in home inspection, you don't just bring the service that you're doing, you bring an experience, a package to them of Ray and what you can deliver. Tell us a little bit about what you do there.
Well, really, in terms of, and you're exactly right. The experience is a much different thing because a lot of the buyers are home sellers now. You know, you don't really have too many people that are going outside with their hammer and their nail and trying to repair an issue that's on their home. And so when someone's coming in to buy a property, they want to have a voice. They want to know what is going on. They want to be involved as much as they possibly can. And so bringing them that experience of, hey, being involved with the inspection, stopping to have a conversation, to not overstate an opinion. All those things are very important, being COVID friendly. I think that what I was taught a long time ago was to have good bedside manner. And from my previous work experiences, I understand what it's like to try to bring an experience to someone because they can taste it, they can feel it, they can hold on to that. And they know that at the end of the day, outside of this long, lengthy report, but based on being a part of the experience, they know that, hey, we were really there working for them. We were really there trying to find and look for all of the good and the bad. So there you go.
I think it's so critical because people we know buy from people they know, they like, and they trust. So in order for people to use you, you have to be at that trust level. And you have just a way about you. Some people just are able to get to that trust level a whole lot faster. And I think that is really one huge blessing in your business is that you're able to get people to that. And it's got to be the ray of sunshine. I think that's got to be it.
well, yes, I do believe in that. Thank you so much. No, man, we all have a purpose here. We really do. And I think one of the things that I had to realize a long time ago in my life, I still am friends with a lot of people from high school. Sometimes I turn around, I'm meeting all kinds of new people. I have the average Joe coming in and talking to me when I'm walking down the street with my dog and my kids. Even when we're walking the dog in the neighborhood, I have neighbors that I have never met before, never said a word to, but we wave every single day. And so that being said, I just knew when I was young this was part of my purpose. Just bring happiness as much as I possibly can to someone. I try to be funny. I try to be funny, but it doesn't always work.
Being yourself, but being that connector, right? Being able to connect people.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, babe.
Yeah.
I think authenticity in you shines. And speaking of authenticity, this man, from the minute I met him, he was such an authentic soul. And really, what I loved about him is he was so far beyond what I was doing, but he was just like, dude, I'm here to help you out. I'm here if you need something. And Marc Mawhinney, I'm going to bring him in right now. He's up in Canada. And Marc, how's it going?
Good. It's beach weather up here today. You guys would all be cold. It's going to be 5 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is Fahrenheit. Probably a balmy 50 or so. So you'll see a bunch of Canadians walking around in shorts and flip-flops and stuff today. But thanks for inviting me.
You bet. Well, listen, I am just obviously loving what you're doing. Give us just a snapshot of what's going on in your world so people know what you're up to.
Well, actually, this month marks a 7-year anniversary that I got into coaching. It was March 2014. So my past life, I dealt with a lot of people like Ray and like your sponsors and everything. I was in real estate for 10 years, right out of university. So my whole thing's helping coaches get more clients without paid ads. They don't have to spend gobs of money on Facebook ads or Google or anything like that, and building it organically. and doing it in a way that feels good, doesn't feel slimy. I'm sure you guys get hit up all the time with people sliding into your DMs, the spammy messages and stuff. You feel like getting a shower right after. So I'm not really into that. I prefer to get good people approaching my clients, as opposed to us hounding them and chasing them like Jim Carrey in The Cable Guy when he's chasing Matthew Broderick, leaving 50 voicemails on his answer machine. I don't like that stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm all about in a nutshell, helping coaches get more clients without being spammy and sleazy.
Marc, you are a man after my own heart.
Yeah, there we go.
When you look at different businesses, and coaches are a great example, because you have a finite capacity, right? And different businesses are that way. So Ray's business is one of those where you can hire more inspectors, but each inspector can still only have so many hours in the day, right? And in many cases, the marketing and sales that we're being told to use is for big companies that need thousands of customers a day. And we don't need thousands of customers. Most of us don't need thousands of customers or hundreds of customers. Yeah. We just need a handful of customers. And my message to people is that the network that you have already has more business than you can handle. You just need to be intentional about how you go about leaning into your network, because all those people want you to be successful. They want Ray to be successful. They want Russ to be successful. You just need to let them know.
Exactly. And I can resonate with Ray being a home inspector. Back in my real estate days, Ray's got a good, bedside manner for inspectors. There were some in my market that we would sit down for that report. There'd be something little like a burnout light bulb, or I don't know, maybe a chip of paint off somewhere, and they would scare the crap out of the buyers. Oh my God, like it's a light bulb, it's okay. The house isn't going to fall down. So, but yeah, great point, Scott. I agree with everything you just said.
Well, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, one thing that I really love that you're doing, Marc, that I have really adopted, and you had given me, or you had turned me on to a thing you did on daily emails. And what I really love about that is just the top of mind, the here I am, not a big, gigantic, fancy thing, but just making sure you're staying in front of people. Tell us a little bit about your daily email, and that's a big thing for you.
Yeah. So I've been doing daily emails now. It was April 2016 when I first started doing them daily. So the 2 years prior to that, I got nothing going with my email list. I was ready to kill off my email efforts because I was doing it like everyone else online. I'd send an email once a week, maybe every 2 weeks, sometimes twice a week. And they were boring as hell. I was like, I'm not going to offend anyone here. Nowadays with cancel culture, everyone's afraid to, you got Dr. Seuss and everyone's being canceled. So I'm like, I don't want to offend anyone. But what I did was instead of killing off my email list, I had a guest on my podcast. He was from your neck of the woods, Russ. I think you're in the Pacific Northwest. I don't know, but you guys, are you all up there? Yeah. Ben Settle was from up that way. And he said, well, why don't you try daily? You got nothing to lose. I'm like, yeah, he makes a good point. So what I started April 2016, and here we are almost 2,000 days later, knock on wood, haven't missed a day yet. So I'm a big fan of daily emails. Doesn't have to be a heavy-handed sales pitch like you mentioned, Russ. You're building a relationship with people. Mine, I'm telling a story, giving a quick lesson, and then it goes to a very quick, by the way, I go over this in greater detail in my XYZ program. Here's a link to check it out, or something like that.
Well, when it comes to digital marketing, email marketing still is the most efficient way out there. You talk about not using ads, but using your email list. And the coaching that I've received on this is your messages need to be conversational. They need to be like, I'm just sitting down with Ray, and I'm just saying what I would say to Ray if I was sitting in front of him. Yeah. And that is a great way to write your email, because a lot of people think, but what do I say? And they're thinking, yeah, because you've been reading all these crappy, salesy, hard pressing emails out there. And it's like, don't write like that. Just write like who you are. Use your own voice.
Yeah. And no little tricks either, because you see people doing these little, subject line. They would send one to Ray, hey Ray, regarding our conversation yesterday, or something didn't take place. And you click on it, then you're like, oh geez, it's just a spammy sales pitch or whatever. So I think when you hear people say, is email dead, or people will say email is dead, it's not dead, but I think the old way of doing it is dying when you're taking this boilerplate, over the top, hypey, every second word's capitalized, tons of asterisks and buy, and it's just, that type thing. If I think people can sense that the buyers are becoming much more educated and sophisticated, and they've got their backs up and not wanting to be sold. So what's that saying? People love to buy, they hate being sold too.
Exactly.
So
One of the things too that I was coached on was that if you're not getting people unsubscribing from your list, you're not sending out enough emails. And
Russ, you're playing it too safe. Yeah.
Yeah. Russ, I'm interested. How is it working for you now that because I've been getting your emails, the Sunshine Saturday and
Yeah. Hey, well, that was exactly what I was going to say. One thing that actually, Marc, I learned from you, one of the many, was that it's okay, and actually it can be a good thing for people to unsubscribe, because what it does is it hones your email list down to people that are interested in what you're sending out. And if they unsubscribe really quickly, it's okay. They weren't interested anyway. And you want to be honed in and focused on the people that you're trying to do business with, right? Your target market. And so I think it actually helps you more refine that target market. At least it has for me. And so, of course, again, like you were saying, Scott, conversational, my daily emails I have made me, right? So I'm Mr. Encouraging Inspiration Specialist. So I send out a little encouragement, just a short encouragement. And then, like Marc said, I'll throw a link in there, more information, or I'm doing this, send it out, or go to my website, whatever, just so people have a way to connect and get more. But yeah, it's been really, really a positive thing. And I think I got to be honest with you, I'm doing 6 days a week. I am taking Sunday off. That's more out of my personal lifestyle. But 6 days a week's been working really good for me.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank you. Hey, Ray, what about you? Have you and I have, of course, talked a lot about different things. Have you utilized your email list that you have, or what is your number one connection tool that you found?
No, you guys, by the way, if you guys see me look down, it's because I'm in a knowledge circle here. So I'll be writing some like little notes down and things like that. It's very helpful. So thank you for that. No, there's several things that I'm looking to do. The platform is kind of broad, but at the same time, once again, we're trying to pinpoint accurately, focus in on things. My biggest connection for me and my business is the email marketing platform. I've been doing a lot more here recently on Facebook of just like kind of cool little things. We just recently put one of us going in a crawl space, and there was an animal looking back at us from the dark abyss. I still don't know what that animal was. But those little things like that are cool. Those are just the kind of things that are naturally that happen in my day. And so it's bringing people into that, and that gives them a little bit more of the experience. The other thing is getting back on the horse of going around and seeing and getting in front of people. Once again, I realized that one of my best sales things or things about me is that on paper, I guess the sunshine probably doesn't come out as much. So even though it'd be great to send an email, I kind of want to give whomever my potential client, customer, an opportunity to know that this is the energy that they're going to get. So I got to get back on the horse and drive around, stop by some of the real estate agent offices and go to a little bit more contact meetings, not hugging contact, 6 feet apart. Yeah. Mask on, but just being there and being present. That's a big thing for me.
I love that crawl space story, because people like to get the behind the scenes. Remember back in the days when we used to watch movies on DVD, and they always have those extras, right? How the movie was made. And we love seeing J.J. Abrams shaking the camera. And, when you see that scene in the movie, you feel like you understand how it's made, and you feel more connected to it. And so when we're able to show people the behind the scenes part of our businesses, they feel more connected to you. We have an aversion in our culture to going behind the counter or into the back room. But when you get to see that delivery of product or the way things are processed or that experience in the crawl space, you're bringing people in. You're letting them be a part of what it's like to be Ray.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because Marc could probably understand and seen as how he was in real estate before. It's probably good that I didn't have the camera rolling the whole time, because the expressions and the words that were used when we were in that crawl space was luckily dubbed out as best as we possibly can. So it was not kid friendly. So
I hope you didn't have the, I don't know if you've run into this, I'm sure you have, Ray, but you get especially first-time home buyers when they're like, hey, my uncle Bob is really smart when he knows everything about houses. He wants to have a quick look. It's like, oh God, he's trying to, don't get me started. So that's why I worked with listings. I preferred to list properties, let others on the MLS sell it, and then and not deal with Uncle Bob and a parade of 25 family members coming through, all giving their knowledge about houses. I'm like, no, I can't.
Oh man.
Well, hey, and I can tell you what, when we were getting ready to sell a house, and the house was built about 1910. When we were getting ready to sell it, as the seller, the first thing I did is I went out and I hired a home inspector to go through the house and give us a report, because I wanted to know ahead of time what I needed to know.
Yes.
I didn't want those surprises.
Yeah. And the strange thing I discovered is the people that were the worst when they're buying houses, they would pick apart everything about the house. When they went to sell their home, it was suddenly, well, these are the best nails in the market. Like this, no other home is built like this, and everything else. But they're going to buy.
Paint is the most durable paint out there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes. I guess in a lot of ways, it's when we're going into doing a home inspection, depending on who's present, whether it be an uncle, a dad, or someone who's supposedly extra knowledge about stuff. Oh, they're more than welcome to come. However, what we realize is that sometimes it's like we feel like we're going into a mining expedition. You know what I mean? Like where it's like everyone is trying to find a diamond. and we're the only ones who really can put that on paper that we found the diamond. So not every problem, not every house has a problem as big as they think. And once again, being that alarmist, there's a lot of maintenance that has to be done on a house. So that's why selling inspections are also very, very important, because we can go in and do we never shortcut anything. We try to do a thorough inspection for everything. However, a lot of people don't realize that as a home inspector, I can't walk into your home and really go at it like a miner would with a pitchfork and an axe and a probe to destroy your wall to find out there was a leak there 17 years ago. So I'm not allowed to do that. So, we got to be proper and respectful. But, I have so many Wall of Fame stories of uncles and dads. I was once under a sink looking for a leak, and I was on my back in a very compromising position. Next thing I know, some dude was in my lap. And I'm like, bro, I will tell you and show you later.
Oh, God, Russ.
Oh, no, go ahead, Marc.
I just gonna say I sold a bank repo once, and unbeknownst to us, because it was a bank repo, you don't know the whole history of the property. The first showing, the neighbor strolls over. You think it's like, hey, if you buy the house, welcome to the neighborhood or whatever. First thing he says, someone hung themselves in the basement. I'm like, well, this is great. I guess you can't bake an apple pie or whatever to kind of cover over that. So that was fine the first time, but it happened like 15 different showings of the agent that was showing it would call me and like, hey, the neighbor came by and explained it. So I bet this is a really bad joke. Forgive me, anyone who's really sensitive watching, but I was going to edit the ad and say it's a great place to hang around. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I did have to disclose it now that I knew that this had happened. I have to disclose that. So it's an interesting business. Real estate's fascinating. I'm very happy to be out of it and to be coaching, but it's a cool industry. So a lot of fun.
Yeah, I do love it.
I think that what is great about you two is, again, when people are working with a realtor, when they're working with a home inspector or with whatever, they need somebody they can really trust, because this is a big deal. Getting into a home or selling a home, doing whatever is a big, big deal. And that's one thing that I think is so amazing about you two, is that you two are both those kind of people that just come across with, right off the bat, you could trust you. And that makes a huge difference. Hey, I just wanted to really quickly say, I had put a couple comments up on the screen. We appreciate you when you interact. For those of you that are watching, put comments in and let us know that you're here. I showed Chris Stone, our good friend. Chris, back in Atlanta, he is here watching today. Love Chris, thank you. And whoever the Facebook user is, we don't have your name, but Ray, he wants you to smile. I don't know. I think maybe he just likes to smile. I'm not sure, but we love to interact with people. And so just go ahead and keep throwing those comments up there. One thing I wanted to throw back to you really quick, Marc, is you have a podcast as well. What's your message? What is your theme of your podcast?
Yeah, so the podcast is called Natural Born Coaches. Launched November 2014, so we just actually released episode number 700 a few weeks ago with Ben Settle, who I mentioned earlier. Yeah, so the show is all about giving coaches what they need to build successful businesses. So we've covered pretty much every topic imaginable for coaches, and some new ones coming up. So for example, I've got someone coming on the show in the near future. She's a TikTok person. I'm not a TikTok guy. I'm not gonna be twerking on TikTok and stuff. But she has like 2.3 million TikTok followers. She does wind blowing, I guess, and glass blowing, glass blowing. Okay. And yeah, Mawhinney Gordon. So 2.3 million subscribers. She's coming on to talk about how she's using TikTok for her business. So we're always looking for new topics, because there are some coaches that could be interested in that, if not me, to use that for their business. So the show is all about it. It's roughly 30 minutes. I bring on cool guests, interesting folks. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of work, but a lot of fun as well.
So tell us how people, because we're wrapping things up, how do people get in touch with you? Because I know they're going to want to know more.
Yeah, sure. So naturalborncoaches.com. That's the podcast and what I'm up to. Also, I have a Facebook group, The Coaching Jungle. And right now there's over 20,000 cool people in there too. And that's at thecoachingjungle.com. Yeah, thank you, Russ, for being in there. Ray, Scott, you guys are welcome to come in too. So it's, thecoachingjungle.com. Be warned, when you first join, you're going to see a cartoon Marc on the banner in Tarzan garb. So cover your eyes. That's not my six pack. It's easier than going to the gym. I got a member of the jungle to send it to me. Hey, Marc, did this for a banner. It's Tarzan Marc with a six pack. I'm like, well, that's easy. We'll go with that.
And Ray, let us get all your contact information too, because obviously people are going to want to get in touch with you.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Guys, you've been great, by the way. All of you guys is just, like I said, a big sphere of influence, and you guys are all good people. But the best way of being able to get in contact with me is they can either call or text me. Telephone number is 541-801-4588. It's Davis Home Inspection. There's several different websites, www.davis1.com, and that is Davis One, but one is spelled out at O-N-E, because we are a one-stop shop. We can inspect a lot of things. So that being said, and then also call to action for the millions and millions of people who are watching right now, being able to like my Facebook, my Davis Home Inspection page, Facebook, and that would be a great uplift for us in terms of being able to make sure that that content gets out there and people can see those crazy and pretty cool commercials that are not boring by any means whatsoever.
No, they're definitely not boring. Well, listen, I really, really appreciate you, Scott. We both appreciate you guys coming on today. And we're going to wrap up for today. We're going to send you both back out to the green room. But listen, thank you so much for all that you're doing.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Hope to talk to you soon, Marc.
Thanks,
Mr.
Ray.
Scott,
Thanks,
you look
Marc.
handsome. You look so handsome. I meant to tell you that at the beginning.
All right, we'll see you guys later. Here we go. Right on. Man, that goes fast.
Oh, it does. Russ, it goes way too fast. But Marc and Ray, what fabulous guests. Would love to hear more. So, we'll be able to bring them back sometime, I hope.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I think Marc gave me a really good idea, because I actually have a good friend who's one of those million subscriber people on TikTok. I need to bring her on. We could talk to her sometime. That would be a lot of fun.
Is very interesting.
Yeah.
And speaking of bringing on guests, we've got an Experience Plus coming up.
There you go. Hey, tomorrow it's at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with Russ Johns. Russ is got the Pirate broadcast. He's out of Arizona. Incredible. If you have not seen Russ and all that he's doing amazing things. So that's tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Russ Johns, be there. We will be on tomorrow. Also, don't forget that I have Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie, every Monday and Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time live, my podcast. And Scott and I are here every Wednesday for the Experience Live with Russ and Scott at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'd love to have you guys drop in and be with us. And until we see you again, have a great day and a great life.
Enjoy the experience.